It's the NFL on EA Sports. And the question is, are you ready for some football? It's the Snowhawks and the Aviators. And it's coming up next on EA Sports.
Now from the host city of so many Pro Bowls, we're on the island of Oahu in the capital city of Honolulu, Hawaii. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. And Charles, we take a look at this Honolulu team as they get ready for this one.
The losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Quebecers,
they're hitting their stride of late. Winners of 3 of their last 4.
And last week they put together a 3-touchdown victory, and were never challenged in that game. Let's see if they have a little bit of a letdown here.
Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports.
And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by the MVP of the National Football League in 2018, the former Texas Tech Red Raider, Patrick Mahomes.
And he ought to have a lot of pep in his step after last week's performance, because he did exactly as you want him to play if you're a coach. 3 touchdown passes, 0 interceptions, which usually means you're making a lot of right decisions out there.
And got him to win. And his first look is incomplete. He was looking for Cooper Kupp there, and that'll bring up second down.
When you look at this defense,
they're a top 5 unit right now against the pass in the league. In fact, they sit at number 5.
And since this is such a good unit at covering passes downfield, I think that last play is typical of what we might see. A lot of short passes, see if they can generate some run after the catch, but nothing doing on that one.
To throw, it's Mahomes. Can't get away, and he's taken down. And now that brings up 4th down there, a loss of 6 yards on the sack.
Out now is the punter, Braden Mann.
He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Fielded at about the 28. It's a 45-yard punt, but a decent return there of 9 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they will be led out by a man in his sophomore campaign as the quarterback.
And he is, without any question at all, the focal point of this offense. Had an unbelievable game running the football last time out. And we're not just talking about little scampers here and there for 5 or 10 yards. We're talking about big, long, explosive field-flipping runs. And that's something this defense is well aware of.
They'll wind up losing 3 there on the sack. Good pressure, and it's second down.
A first carry for Elijah Mitchell.
And nothing doing here as this time the run maybe gets him back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it.
3rd down and 13. Now it's Richardson.
Under pressure, and down he goes. The sack coming from big Dalvin Tomlinson.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game watching this offensive line, because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
Call that a 44-yard punt, 5 on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. The numbers for Jones last week: 18 carries, 110 yards.
Just an excellent performance from them on the ground last week, and that speaks to an offense that is operating at a high level on all fronts. Of course, That man running the ball, he's just seeing the field so well. But don't forget about his offensive line. They've really asserted their will out there and are confident they can repeat it again this week.
It'll be a gain of 5, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. From the gun, it's Mahomes.
That's caught. It's Marvin Mims.
And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 15 yards through the air and a first down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. Now Mahomes. Oh, he stays at a big loss here as he's taken down.
Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss.
Like the footwork back there, I thought he did a pretty good job of evading that first wave of players. Tried to buy a little extra time out of the pocket, but in the end, oh, that was a tough one.
Yeah, winds up getting buried for the loss. Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long. Mahomes now to throw. Setting up the screen here, Aaron Jones. Give him 6 on the screen, but now it's 3rd down.
I wonder what was going through his mind when he got the play call. He just got sacked on the previous play. He knows they're coming after him again. A little bit of guts to stand in there, take the hit, and successfully complete the screen pass. Really well done.
And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. That scramble good for 13 yards, but not good enough for a first down. It's 4th.
Field goal unit and Joey Sly now.
They'll spot it at the 30, so this is a 40-yard attempt.
Sly able to put this one through.
And that'll make it 3-0 here in the first.
Well, both teams kind of feeling each other out here. And now after 3 drives, we have a score with that field goal.
Yeah, they're still waiting for their breakout drive to come to them, all right? They're using the playbook well. They're looking for that extra section that says touchdowns instead of field goals. But they'll take the 3 for now and try and get set up for more later.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
Back onto the field. Offense ready for their 2nd drive.
They have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And, Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are. But let's face it, partner, they can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
Richardson working from the gun.
Flushed out right. And he'll slide to a halt here. Still a little shy of the first down marker. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down.
They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll try and pick it up with Mitchell.
And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line.
3rd and 2, right? So this is a situation where low man has got to win at the line of scrimmage. But it's not just the low man winning. It's the low man who's winning with some force. And they had that to pick up the first down.
Barely picking it up, but they did. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Give all that credit defensively to Khalil Mack. A great stop in the backfield. So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12.
Richardson hit and he fumbles it.
It's going the other way.
Inside the 10.
And he's going to bring the fumble back for a touchdown. And give some kudos to the defensive coordinator, I think, here. They bring the blitz, they dial it up, and it turns into 6 points for them.
It's so nice to hear you actually give kudos to the defense. It is so nice. You're such an offensive guy like that. I love it. He dialed things up, and boy, a big play resulted for his guys.
Well, you like the credit to the defense there, right, my friend?
Yeah, do I ever?
And Joey Sly on for the extra point.
He's got it, and now it's a 10-0 lead here in the opening quarter. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there. Grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Well, the Honolulu offense making its return to the field now. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
Back to throw. Here's Richardson. And that's to Amon-Ra St. Brown.
And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Trying the right side with Mitchell. He'll get this down to the 38.
The numbers last week for Mitchell. 18 carries, 91 yards.
And their success running the ball in the previous game has to give them a lot of confidence, but they also understand going against a top 5 rush defense means you have to have a lot of offense in your game plan. Misdirection, counters, power game, maybe even some quarterback run to take the heat off of the running back.
That's complete to Michael Wilson.
And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25.
Richardson out of the shotgun. And that went to the right side and incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Now Richardson.
And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20.
10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter now, and it's our home team with possession as they go to work on a 1st and goal. Here's Richardson to throw.
He'll buy some time right. Escapes the sack. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown.
His 9th score on the ground this year and 13th overall. And the Aviators have cut it back within a score.
Hey, you're down on the scoreboard, but now your offense is in close, and this is where, as a quarterback, you say, I've got to make a play here. Doesn't matter whether it's a pinpoint throw or a scramble like this one. He takes matters into his own hands and delivers a touchdown run.
Graham Gano on for the extra point. And they're back within a field goal. It's 10-7 now. So that drives 7 plays in length.
And it was Anthony Richardson who took it into the end zone to finish things off.
Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here.
And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. Here's another shot now for the Montreal offense.
And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. That throw, Charles, over the middle of the field, and a few too many bodies in there got picked.
That's a normal situation, too, isn't it? No matter how hard you try and spread the field sometimes, there's always going to be a traffic jam, it feels like, towards the middle. And if there's any type of a missed throw or maybe the ball's tipped or just too many bodies in the area, an interception can result.
The Honolulu offense set to take over possession of the football. And down by a field goal, they'll take over with excellent field position following the interception.
Over the middle here to Wilson. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And he is out of bounds, looks like right at the 15.
On 3rd down, here's Mitchell.
And he will take this one in for a touchdown.
Elijah Mitchell, his first rushing touchdown on the year.
And his guys have taken the lead.
Well, they were looking to pick up the 1st down on 3rd and short. They got a little more than they bargained for, finding the end zone as well.
And oftentimes in short yardage situations, you get a lot of defenders stacked near the line of scrimmage, partner. So if you can get past that first wave, there's usually room to roam, and he found it.
Extra point try good by Gano. And the lead is now 14-10. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away.
Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. Now the Montreal offense ready to take over now. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes.
He'll drop this underneath for Jones.
And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line.
That one a 1st down pickup of 8.
Mahomes going to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd down and 1. Mims in motion right.
Snap coming at 1, and it's Mahomes. He's got his man. It's Gallup. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. It's a gain of 34.
We always talk about the guy who paid off the play, don't we? A guy who caught it or ran it. But how about the elements that go into making a big play? This one in particular, able to scan the field, pocket held up nicely. What a terrific job by the offensive line. The route well run, and the football right on the money.
Working from the gun, Mahomes. This is caught. Touchdown. Michael Gallup. His 3rd touchdown now on the year.
And the Snowhawks have retaken the lead.
He was on point throwing the ball right there. He had the big play to get him down close, and then he delivers a touchdown pass on 1st and goal.
And you mentioned the big play that got him down close. I think that big play left him reeling a little bit. They didn't recover from it. And you know, they always talk about having to have a short memory on defense after a big play against you. Looks like their memory was a little too long there.
Extra point by Sly is up and good.
And it's now 17-14. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. Oh, a good-looking return set up here.
And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. Well, this offense and Elijah Mitchell coming back onto the field now.
He's just been looking for some space. I'm not going to pin it on him or the offensive line, but they need to get this run game going better.
Sometimes you just have to credit the defense. They came in with a plan themselves. So I think now you try and mix things up a little bit. Get the ball in the hands of some other people, find some other playmakers, but always let the defense believe that he's still a threat.
I was going to say, don't forget about it.
No, don't take him totally out of the game.
They go play action with Richardson. This one caught downfield by Higgins.
And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up.
The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
Richardson looking to throw.
He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's second down.
No surprise to see him running again here. It's something he's done throughout this season, and that run puts him over 500 yards on the ground for the year. He's got to be thinking to himself, if I'm already at 500, what's to stop me from going for 1,000?
And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
Richardson.
Flush to his right. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The escapability in evidence there as that one good for 15 and a first.
No shortage of impressive moments from him thus far. Now he's halfway to the century mark, and we're still in the first half. There's been no answer for his running ability so far by the defense. I can't wait to see what adjustments they'll have to make during the halftime break.
First down, here's Mitchell.
And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a first.
Yeah, Richardson back to throw it.
Escaping the pressure, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Khalil Mack able to record his 5th sack of the season. Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
Gano's kick is good, and that will tie things at 17-all. So unable to convert for the touchdown inside the red zone, but they do come away with 3.
Yeah, it's a 32-yarder. That's essentially an extra point nowadays, right? Because it's 33 as a general rule for these guys. So it should be a simple kick. But you know what's really strange nowadays? When they miss an extra point, I think they carry that with them longer than missing a field goal because an extra point's supposed to be automatic.
Absolutely, and I would think even field goals inside of 30 yards, even though they're substantially shorter than a PAT, it just has a different feel, doesn't it?
A different feel, a different vibe. That's what I get from all the kickers I talk to. They always say if I miss an extra point, that's the one that bothers me more.
He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
I do think it's fair to say that they were caught off guard a little bit when he decided not to throw it on first down. But give them credit, they recovered in time to deny him the first down yardage. But it's only 2nd and short, so that run is still likely to lead to a new set of downs.
And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones.
And good work there in open space, and he's got this all the way down now to the 32.
11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. And they'll send the tight end in motion here.
And here's a quick throw out to Mims.
And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. On the counter, here's Jones. And he'll get down to about the 26-yard line.
46 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down. I wonder, Brandon, I just wonder, you think maybe he was worried about where he was on the field? Was he far enough? Was he close enough to the first down sticks?
Absolutely. He was right there by him, and I think he was thinking first down before he caught that football.
Yeah, got to catch it first, because if you don't catch it, there's no chance of picking up a first down.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
From the shotgun, Richardson.
And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. Khalil Mack. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half.
Well, Charles, this has been something to watch so far. This is where you really feel for a quarterback. He's been running for his life in this first half.
Brandon, that's 5 sacks already, so you know he's got to be saying, can we get some more guys in here to block, please? Because if we don't, we're going to need another quarterback.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
Richardson looking to throw this.
This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. That's pulled in at the 32.
So a good punt, but a solid 12-yard return.
Here's Aaron Jones in the offense trotting back out. He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable, and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards.
For a tight end, he's got good straight line speed, and on that route, he's often the guy that gets overlooked. Nice job there finding him in stride for really good yardage.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Throwing now is Mahomes. That's into the hands of Gallup over the middle. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Here's Mahomes to throw. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. They'll wind up losing 3 there on the sack. Good pressure, and it's second down. Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Now here's Mahomes. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good. They're trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. It's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
They were maybe hoping for a little bit of a back shoulder fade there, and that's a play that's been in vogue the last few years in all aspects of football. But they couldn't get the hook up there.
Sly able to put this one through.
And that will double their lead as it's up to 6. So he remains perfect, 3 for 3 in the field goal department.
And it's so important for any offense to have an ace like him up their sleeve, isn't it? Because now you know what his range is, and as soon as your offense gets there, you're pretty much counting on 3 points going up on the board.
This fielded right at the goal line.
So we have reached halftime in what's a 6-point game at the break. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. More from you and Charles in a bit. But first, time for a look around the NFL to see what's going on here in the late window. We'll get started out in the capital city of Austin, Texas, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. Jalen Wright, a touchdown run in the victory. And then lastly, on Monday Night Football, those fans will be riled up as it'll be a good matchup between their guys and what equates to be a very tough opponent. Both of these offenses had their share of high points in that first half. Each team had some big moments, and it would seem this could turn out to be a game where the last score wins.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point.
Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3?
And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. This offense ready to go to begin this third quarter. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
They run over center with Mitchell.
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort.
So a step in the wrong direction. Now they'll look to make amends on 2nd and 14.
Now it's Richardson.
And that is incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise. Because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down.
No surprise they decided to throw on 3rd down. A little bit of a surprise that they completed the pass and lost yardage on the play.
And here's Ryan Wright now,
as he'll come on to kick this one away. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They have played so strongly. You look at the scoreboard, you probably, with the way they played, you would think the margin would be a lot bigger, right?
You would. And in your experience, how many times have we run into coaches where they've talked about, hey, we just want to put it in the hands of our defense and have them win the game? In this case,
yeah, not the case.
Not at all. You want to put it in the hands of your offense, but you always feel better about saying defense because you think defense is a constant and offense kind of comes and goes. Today, this game, no, they need their offense to stay on a really hot level.
They've been hot so far.
A yard all they need, but it's 3rd down.
They'll go again to Jones. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39.
66 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10. Now they'll throw with Mahomes. Able to find a lot of empty space there, picking up the 1st down at a 21-yard gain.
This guy's proven himself to be one of the best in the NFL. He brings an added dimension to their offense with his ability to read defenses and know when he's able to pull it down and take off and go.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Now a 1st down carry by Jones. Dancing away at the 35. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
Ball on the 35. Here comes 2nd and 5.
Out of the shotgun, it's Jones.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. Up the middle, Jones.
And some strong running there as he's down just shy of the 20 on the edge of the red zone.
It's a 3rd down gain of 10 to pick up the 1st. An inside give to Jones.
And they're knocking on the door now as a good run there going to take this to about the 10-yard line.
11 more on that one and another 1st down. Now a handoff. Running left is Jones. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle 3rd. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down.
From the gun on 3rd down, Mahomes. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
John Franklin Myers drops him for a loss of 14 yards, and it also brings up 4th down.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
Field goal unit and Joey Sly now.
From the left hash, this from 39.
Sly able to put this one through.
And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. So make him 4 out of 4 now in the field goal department, and he's able to extend their lead.
When drives are bogged down, he's been automatic out there. So nice to have a kicker you can count on to put points on the board.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Honolulu offense making its return to the field now. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. The last series form, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive, 1st and 10.
And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
2nd down, 8 to go from the 28. And Wilson in motion left. And they're going to give it to him on the jet sweep.
And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance, reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, if you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week, you must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. Like you mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there. Keep them to short gains, make the fundamental tackle.
And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that'll bring up 4th down. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. This is taken at about the 14. That's a 49-yard punt, 8 though on the return.
The Snowhawks offense and Jones headed back onto the field. And as you take a look at the numbers, you have to imagine he was the topic of the halftime talk for this defense. We've got to find a way to slow him down. That's probably what they're saying. But nothing that they have done has worked so far.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. Throw left side, complete to Cup. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
They fake the give. Now Mahomes.
Looking for Cooper Kupp again, 2 in a row.
So the completion gets him just a yard, and that'll bring up 2nd down. In motion, the tight end. Mahomes now to throw. Setting up the screen here, Aaron Jones. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
He's had success running the football, and this is more or less an extension of that, because they drop it off to him on the screen. And I'll bet he's thinking to himself, if I didn't have to slow up a bit here in traffic, I could have really made something out of that one.
And he's got the 1st down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. Mahomes quickly complete out wide. And he is going to lose yardage here. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. And they'll send the tight end in motion. Now Mahomes. He sets up the screen to Jones. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. 12 yards there and a 1st down. To throw, it's Mahomes. He'll find Jones again, complete. The 1st down screen pass, good for 5.
The key to any screen play is all in the deception. And that means everyone on the offensive side of the ball, but someone gave it up because he wasn't very well concealed. And the defense able to rally to him and hold him for just a short gain.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports as we are set to bring you the home stretch here, the 4th quarter. From the shotgun, a give to Jones. And he'll get it down this time to the 17.
111 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 16 times.
I think there's a fatigue factor that's kicking in defensively. You know the will is still strong, but I think the offense is starting to bend it just a little bit, don't you?
Yeah, absolutely. It's looked that way. We'll see if they can continue this already strong drive. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line.
This is 2nd and 8.
Again, it's Jones. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for a 1st. Mahomes going to throw. Caught on the right side by Jones. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. So they'll wind up losing 5 yards on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
That's a nice clip and save sequence there defensively because they did everything as they would have wanted to. They forced the 3rd down, blanketed the field with coverage, nowhere to go with the football, forced the dump off to the back, and even then they closed quickly and got him down behind the line of scrimmage. You name it, they did it well in that last sequence.
Sly able to put this one through.
And that will extend their lead even further.
So that maybe not a knockout blow, but I suppose certainly every little bit helps when you're trying to salt one away in the 4th.
Well, the possibility of being beaten by 2 late touchdowns or at least sent to overtime does exist. But time, definitely a big factor at this stage of the game, is in their favor.
And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. The Aviators offense and Anthony Richardson ready for this next possession. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He'd love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd.
Back to throw. Here's Richardson.
And the pressure gets to him again. It'll be a sack and a loss of 3, but more importantly, it brings up 4th down.
And here's Ryan Wright now.
As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he fields it cleanly. And just a net of 31 here. 40-yard punt, 9 on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The visitors' offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking 1st downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, 1st downs, they can't touch the ball.
From the 40 now on 2nd down, Mahomes, and that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. He'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And Mahomes picking up the 1st as he slides and hits the deck. They'll get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
Now that's a killer because you think you've got it absolutely covered, and then he hot-foots it out of there and picks up a 1st down. Drives you crazy as a defense.
Looked like, you're exactly right. Looked like a 4-sure stop on 3rd, and then the tables turned. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him.
So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. In motion goes the tight end. Working from the gun, Mahomes. Out to the left, he's got his tight end, Knox. So the completion good for 6 yards. And 3rd and 8 now. Looking to throw. Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes.
Buried behind the line by Shaquille Griffin on the corner blitz. I don't know what else can be said about this pass rush. They have been sensational. CD, that is now 6 sacks for them.
And how many times do we talk to offensive coordinators and they say a sack as a result of everyone on offense not doing their job? But let's be honest about this one. This is the offensive line unable to counter the pass rush. They've been teeing off all game long.
On is the punter man as he boots this one away.
It's a 40-yard punt, 4 yards on the return.
The Honolulu offense set to take over possession of the football. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. Here's Mitchell now to kick off the drive.
Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
2nd and 10. Play action. Now Richardson.
Out to his left. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a first down.
Here's Richardson to throw.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. No one there to help out downfield, but no problem. Scrambling for 22 and a first.
Bottom line is that he is just something else as a runner because there are not many QBs in this league who can rip off a game that big, and he did it with the defense giving him a little extra attention after he hit him on a run earlier this series.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
And they'll go to the air now with Richardson. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. Richardson looking to throw.
And that's hauled in by St. Brown over the middle. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26.
Now Richardson.
Touchdown!
Michael Wilson.
26 yards.
And the Aviators have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th.
So they get the score, partner. Game's not over, but they still need some help here.
Agreed. They definitely need some help, but they took care of the first part by scoring themselves.
Gano the extra point, and now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So this drive spans 7 plays. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Now the Montreal offense ready to take over now.
Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs. And the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
John Franklin Myers picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in 1 game.
Yeah, that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game.
So it's our visitors with the football as we get you reset. They're looking at a 4th down now as they try to hold on to this lead for dear life. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line.
The Aviators offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And this defense has got to be at its wits' end, trying to come up with ways to keep him contained. He's had so many opportunities to tuck it and go, and he's turned a number of those opportunities into big plays. Here's Richardson. Over the middle, that's the tight end center.
Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Plenty of time and 2 timeouts still at their disposal. 1st and 10 here. Richardson to throw it.
Now that'll be caught by St. Brown.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
To the right side, it's caught by Mitchell. And he is going to lose yardage here. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Richardson.
The 20. And he gets this down to the 18. Good enough for a 1st down.
These are running back numbers that he's accumulating right now. Received double-digit carries and has rewarded them by breaking the century mark in rushing, in addition to what he's done through the air. Definitely MVP.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
And while all of that was going on with a sack, it appears, unfortunately, we have an injured player. They'll come up now on 2nd down. Throwing, Tannehill.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down.
Tannehill.
Flushed out right.
This one came right down to the wire, and CD, they had that one final chance to try to navigate their way into the end zone, but couldn't get it done to avoid the loss.
Yeah, and how about the defense there? Because while they had one final look at the end zone, the defense made sure they knew what they were doing on the last play, executed it flawlessly, and no flags. Because remember, if there's a defensive penalty, there's one play left in the game that the offense gets. They didn't allow that to happen.
So for Montreal,
they boost their record up to a strong 4-1, and they will head back home next week.
Meanwhile, for Honolulu,
they drop below 500 to 2-3 with a loss. And perhaps fortunately for them, they'll get an early bye next week and come back to action in Week 7. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.